What's going on, guys? Juice Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to the transfer episode today. The date is going to be Wednesday the 29th of April and we have got some very good rumours to look forward to. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous episode will be down below in the description box, and today's question of the day: what team do you support? So the first rumour today is about a 19-year-old who currently plays in Argentina. So Inter and Atletico Madrid target Augustin Özil, he could be available for less than his €30 million release clause, but Banfield are still waiting on the first formal offer. The player himself did reveal earlier this month that a number of clubs, including Inter and Atletico, they have made contact with his agent and his current club Banfield. Real Valladolid defender Mohamed Salisu is a subject of interest from Manchester United, and this story comes from AS in Spain. Real Madrid and Atletico are also being linked with a 21-year-old who has a €12 million release clause in his current contract. And to be fair, I can't say I've seen too much of him this season, but I have heard some very good things, and for that type of fee, it could be some great business. Former Bayern Munich star Arjen Robben says he has considered coming out of retirement from professional football. The former Dutch international retired from the game last summer, and everyone's got to admit he had such a good career, a fantastic career, and he played for the likes of Groningen, PSV, Chelsea, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. This article doesn't say what club he could potentially be going to and coming out of retirement for, but if you go back a year ago when he announced he would be retiring or leaving Bayern, should I say, he was linked to likes of FC Tokyo, a return to either PSV or Groningen, so we'll have to wait and see. Benfica aren't willing to budge on their €35 million valuation of left-back Alex Grimaldo, and this story comes from Record. Jose Mourinho has been linked to a move for the 24-year-old and is trying to convince him to join Tottenham, and I believe last summer he was also linked to Manchester City. A very short one from Bild is that Bayern Munich's main targets for next season are Leroy Sané from Manchester City, and that's been a pretty clear one even last season, and Serginho Dest from Ajax. There was a story going about a few months ago that Dest was pictured in a Munich airport and was meeting with Bayern back then, so there may be something behind that rumour itself, but I'm seeing reports suggesting that the transfer market might not be open until at least August, so it's going to be a lot later this year. Sevilla have joined Atletico Madrid, Everton and West Ham. That's in the race for Marseille's Bouna Sarr, and this story comes from L'Equipe. Sevilla reportedly sent scouts to watch Sarr in Marseille's 3-2 win over Nîmes in February, and the 28-year-old is pretty versatile. He can play at right back or on the wing. Real Madrid are keeping track of Penarol teenager Facundo Pellistri, and they could swoop in with a bid for him. The winger has been heavily scouted by the Spanish side, that's as he learns under former Atletico Madrid and Uruguay striker Diego Forlan. It doesn't mention how much he would cost, but they have been scouting him for a bit of time now. Marca are reporting that Paris Saint-Germain are looking at Real Madrid's Sergio Reguilon, that's as a potential replacement for Layvin Kurzawa. Reguilon is currently on loan at Sevilla and is unlikely to break into Real Madrid's first team because of the likes of Ferland Mendy and Marcelo being ahead of him. Again, the fee isn't mentioned, but Kurzawa is definitely going to be leaving on a free. And another PSG player could be going on a free transfer in the next window is Edinson Cavani, and according to Gazzetta dello Sport, they're saying his representatives have offered the PSG striker to Inter Milan. Antonio Conte has given the green light for the 33-year-old to move to the San Siro. That's when he becomes a free agent this summer. And Inter were linked to Olivier Giroud for a lot of time, but it looks like he's set to stay at Chelsea for one more year. And Cavani, he's a natural goal scorer, and he would join without a transfer fee attached. Manchester United are following up-and-coming star Eduardo Camavinga of Rennes, and this story is from Metro. The central midfielder has caught the eye in France over the last year, and he could be a long-term replacement for Paul Pogba. Juventus, Barca and Real Madrid are also watching the teenager, though Rennes are very confident of keeping him for at least one more year. And you can also add Borussia Dortmund to that list, because there are rumours going about that they're willing to pay €50 million for him, but he is set to stay in France for one more season. The next story comes from The Telegraph. They're saying West Ham could be forced to sell England midfielder Declan Rice, and that's to fund a squad overhaul, with former club Chelsea and Manchester United interested. This time last year, the papers were saying that West Ham were asking for about £80 million. I can't see that being the case this time around, because the whole pandemic has put every club across the world in a bit of financial difficulty. And it does mean that across the board prices will go down, so they will get less money for him, but the replacements will also cost less. And the next story is from Sport in Spain. They're saying that Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta wants to sign Barca central defender Samuel Umtiti. Napoli were also in the hunt for the 26-year-old signature, but recently dropped out of the race due to the financial impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Umtiti's proposed move to Arsenal will depend on one thing, and that's whether Arsenal can qualify for the Champions League for next season, which right now is looking very unlikely. And next up, Jean-Claude Todibo is close to joining Everton in a €20 million deal, or about £17 million. Sport reports the Toffees and Barca are in talks over a summer move for the defender, who's currently on loan at Bundesliga side Schalke. The German side have the option to sign him for £25 million, but right now it's looking like they can't really afford that, but they are trying to get it done at a bit of a cheaper fee, whereas Everton, they're willing to pay close to that fee itself and hoping to bring him to the Premier League. Juventus defender Matthijs de Ligt is rethinking his decision to stay at the club beyond this season, and this story comes from Mundo Deportivo. The former Ajax man has attracted interest from Manchester United and Barca, that's despite struggling through a disappointing debut campaign so far in the Serie A. I think it's kind of harsh to say that. He's a young player, you've got to give him some time to settle in. But Corriere di Torino do say that Juventus will not sanction the sale of De Ligt this summer, and they see him as a long-term player for the club. Mundo Deportivo have got a second story this time about Juve, but it's not a player leaving, it's a player potentially coming in. So they're saying that Barca midfielder Arthur is on the verge of sealing a move to the Italian Giants. The two clubs are in advanced negotiations over a summer transfer, with Maurizio Sarri keen to add the 23-year-old to his midfield ranks at the Allianz Stadium. Miralem Pjanic, Rodrigo Bentancur or Federico Bernardeschi, one of those three players could also be included in any type of deal. And yet another Mundo Deportivo story this time is saying that Manchester United, Real Madrid and Juventus, all three clubs are interested in signing Ajax midfielder Donny van de Beek. The 23-year-old is set to leave the Johan Cruyff Arena this summer, and he could be available for around €50 million, or £44 million. A move to United may be the most attractive option for the player, because he might not be a guaranteed starter or get regular game time at Madrid or Juve, and United, they have been long-term admirers. Bild report that Dayot Upamecano has signalled internally his desire to leave RB Leipzig in the next transfer window, with a host of European clubs chasing his signature. French outlet SoccerLink reported yesterday that the 21-year-old has got an agreement in principle, that's to join Bayern Munich, and they are currently in talks with Leipzig to try and lower the release clause, and I think that's set around 50 to 60 million. The Frenchman has also been a target for Arsenal, but it looks like they will miss out on him, and he may well stay in the Bundesliga. And next up, Fiorentina will not stand in the way of Federico Chiesa, that's if he wants to join Juventus, and this comes from the club's owner Rocco Camiso. PSG are looking to strengthen their midfield with the addition of Atletico Madrid star Thomas Partey. According to RMC Sport, the French champions have scouted the 26-year-old Ghana international and are considering activating his €50 million release clause, and just like Upamecano a second ago, he has been a massive target for Arsenal. Liverpool have opened talks with Victor Osimhen's representatives, according to Le Temps Sport. The Reds are eager to sign the 21-year-old, but Lille are likely to demand a fee of 80 million euros for a prized asset, a very similar fee what they got for Nicolas Pepe last year. I very much doubt Liverpool will be paying that type of fee, and the forward has also been linked to Chelsea and Leicester in the last few days. And this next one will probably be a bit of a nightmare for FIFA Ultimate Team players, and the reason for that is because it's about Ben Yedder. And according to L'Equipe, Ben Yedder has been attracting interest from many top European clubs, with Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal and Real Madrid, all four clubs are keen to make a move. The Frenchman would be available for about £40 million, closer to 50 million euros. That's despite rumours saying that Monaco rejected an €80 million bid in January, and that was from Barcelona. Now, the reason I say it's a bit of a nightmare for foot players is because if you've played foot champs or rivals, you know how everyone has got Ben Yedder in their current squad. The Telegraph are saying that Ajax goalkeeper Andre Onana is being targeted by La Liga champions Barcelona. They're keen to bring the Cameroon international back to the Camp Nou, as they see him as very good competition for current number 1 Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Barca are believed to have offered Neto, the Brazilian goalkeeper, along with youngsters Ricky Puig, sorry if I said his name wrong by the way, Alex Collado or Carlos Alenia. Chelsea have also been linked to a move for him, and that's because the uncertainty surrounding Kepa and his future at Stamford Bridge. And talking about Chelsea, next up, according to The Athletic, they're saying Chelsea have dropped their interest in Felipe Coutinho, and instead they'll target Bayer Leverkusen starlet Kai Havertz. They report the Blues have decided the Germany international will be their top transfer target this summer. They face competition from Bayern Munich, Barca, Real Madrid, Liverpool and Manchester United. And now carrying over the Coutinho part of that story, according to Sport, they're saying that Newcastle have made contact with Felipe Coutinho's agents. Newcastle's expected takeover by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, it should be completed in the next 2 weeks, at least according to Northern Echo. So Newcastle are expected to be the richest club in world football, and they are very likely to spend some big money. Does that mean they could bring players like Coutinho in straight away? I'm not too sure, but maybe he could be interested in the project. And yet another crazy Newcastle rumour to end things on today is going to be coming from Foot Mercato. They said Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly has emerged as a shock target for Newcastle. The Magpies are close to a big money takeover and are eyeing a number of audacious transfers for next season, that should the takeover be completed. Koulibaly is the latest player to be linked with a move, and Newcastle have reportedly already entered into talks with Napoli as about a possible transfer this summer. The 28-year-old is very much keen to test himself in another European league, and in particular the Premier League, and while Napoli would be open to selling him, they would still demand a fee in a region of 80 million euros. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous episode will be down below in the description box, and today's question of the day, what football club do you support? So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.